Hello, everybody. My name is Bianca from the Ukrainian Actors and Actresses fandom. In today's episode of the Magic Behind Ukrainian Actors, we have a guest, which you all know from a really, really great thriller, which were made in Ukraine. Actually, we could speak actually in German because he's half German, half American. But I say hi to New York and hi, Marc Schöttner.
Pleasure having you. Pleasure having me, hopefully, for
Yeah,
you. And it's
definitely.
a pleasure to join you. And thanks for the interview.
Yeah, we planned this actually for a while,
Yeah.
but you know how it is. Actors are busy bees. And it's not the first time that Mark and myself meet each other, because last year we even met in person
Correct.
uh,
In Cologne.
in Cologne, because you were acting, I guess, for 3 months in a theater, and we visited your show. And after the show,
Yes.
we met. So.
Yes. I love this.
And maybe you guys remember last year for the Verticon, for the charity auction, which being a part of the Verticon, Mark gave me some autographs of himself, which we could donate for this charity auction. And maybe you were a lucky one who could purchase one of these autographs. Thanks again for that, Mark. But anyway, why is Mark here? And I told you already, Mark is an actor. And he did a lot of movies and shows, even here in Germany. We said he played in a theater. But the most important thing is you acted in so far 4 verticals. Is
True.
that true?
Yes.
And you started not shooting in Ukraine, you started shooting these verticals in the States.
Right. In New York. I started in 2024.
Yeah.
2024? Yes, 2024.
Yes, I have the list here in which verticals you acted in, and maybe you've seen him already in there because they've been great verticals. First of all, you acted in Submitting to My Best Friend's Dad. I guess it was with Liv Kirby.
Yes. And Sarah. You might know
Yeah, yeah,
Sarah.
yeah. And the second vertical, also from 2024, was In Love with a Dr. Baby Daddy with
Yes.
Mariah Moss.
Right.
That was a
Was
good one as
wonderful.
well. And the third one, which were shot in the States, but there you didn't have the leading role, you had a side role. It's Please Kiss Me with Naomi van Slyke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always
A
mess
small
up her
role.
name. I'm sorry. But in this one, you didn't even had a role name. You were just an abusive, sorry for the language, bastard, because you beat her up.
Was that the role name? It was, I played an actor in a movie, but I was hired. So I don't know if the
Yeah,
actor,
yeah.
I played an actor in a scene, and I don't know, it's too long ago if my role had a name. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you were shooting a movie and you were hired to really beat her up.
Correct. Yeah.
So it was just a small role. But our most loved vertical, which we have, and I can tell you, there are a lot of people in the audience who already said, even if the year 2026 just started, this show is on the list of the top verticals of 2026. Because you shot in Ukraine, in Kyiv, Love and Oblivion, with
Yes.
Tetiana Slova, Eugene Lesnichi, Valeria Fokina, and the fourth name, I miss it right now. I'm sorry about that, because it's late here, because I could actually say good morning, my dear, because we have almost 1 a.m. here. But anyway, you shot this amazing thriller. And I can say it didn't felt like a vertical at all. You could easily watch it in a horizontal way as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I
I
mean, yes.
Yeah, and I mean, it didn't have the typical tropes in it. As a viewer, you were sitting the whole time on the edge of your chair and were wondering, is he the bad one? No, he is the bad one. What does she have to do with that? And hold on, is he maybe still the bad one? It was so exciting until the end, and you really did a great job in this one, or the whole cast. But it's no wonder because we all know the director. It was Yeva Strelnikova, right?
She did a great job. She wrote it even. So she wrote
Yeah,
it,
I
directed
know.
it.
She
It's great.
most of her shows, she is writing them, she's editing them, and she's directing them. I love her. I really love her, and she had already a few amazing shows out there. How was it? Or let's start it in a different way. How did you get into the vertical space from begin on? I mean, for the American verticals.
American market, 2024. Did I see a breakdown? Probably I saw a breakdown. In the US, the theatrical platform every actor should have is Actors Access.
Mm-hmm.
And their breakdown services, like the bigger platform, they are connected. Breakdown services is for the agents, and then they submit their actors to it, and sometimes roles are also released on Actors Access. So we have access to these breakdowns, and we are able to self-submit. So, and I think submitting to my best friend's dad was released there. I never met that casting director before. She was also new, I guess, or at least I haven't seen her working on any other big TV shows before. And I self-submitted, and even while I was shooting, that casting director knew a different casting director from Real Short, since they were producing a Real Short show. And I was like basically recommended, and then I did an audition while I was filming, submitting to my best friend's dad. While I was on set, I couldn't memorize anything, so I basically, it was a cold read, but apparently it was a good cold read. And then yeah, then I was filming shortly after, 2 weeks later, submitted In Love with Dr. Baby Daddy. And then there was Please Kiss Me shortly after, which I saw too. And I would have normally never submitted for such a small role, but it was so close after the two lead roles I've done. So I thought, oh, cool, it's a new media, which it was in 2024. So I was like, okay, let's just submit the next project. And I already booked a lead in a German franchise, in a German movie TV show, Das Traumschiff.
Oh
Traumschiff
yeah,
Hudson Valley.
to explain it to the audience, Das Traumschiff, the Dream
Dreamboat.
Boat, yeah,
Yeah.
Dreamboat is a TV show, kind of like a rom-com always, right? With
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little bit drama in it. But this show, I guess we can watch it since over 30, 40 years already. I'm not sure about it.
It started in the 80s.
Yeah, so
So
in
40
this,
years.
yeah, we have a lot of TV shows here like Tatort,
But it's
Traumschiff.
an anthology, so it's only in the beginning they had two movies. Basically like it's taken place on a ship, on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
And the staff captain, the chef, the steward or whatever, those are like the main cast, and they appear in every movie. In the beginning, there were probably two or three movies. Now, like I don't know when they changed, they have four movies spread over an entire year. So
Yeah.
basically,
And the amazing thing is it's not shot in a studio.
no, it's actually shot on a cruise ship, and we're going places.
In which country did you shot your version?
We pretended, or well, we shot in Hudson Valley. So we shot upstate New York. We shot New York. So it was
Okay.
such a small world because I was here, and then I didn't need to travel very far. So, but because I was filming it here in New York first, I couldn't submit for Please Kiss Me as the lead character. I think I just submitted. I forgot what the story was. I guess I submitted for the lead character, then I had an audition. I needed to decline it because I knew that it will clash with the
Yeah.
Traumschiff shoot. And then I later on said I can do a smaller role. And then I was on set for 2 days for Please Kiss Me. And then I went upstate to shoot for Traumschiff. And then I was actually on the cruise ship in June. June. Yeah, May upstate. We shot May 2024 upstate New York. And in June 2024, I was on a cruise ship. And there we pretended to go to New York, but the real cruise ship went to Norway, Iceland, Nordkapp, North Cap,
I
North,
mean, it's nice there too, but it's
kind
different.
of
But
cold.
I always think if or back then I watched it because my mom watched every week Das Traumschiff on TV because I guess we had one show a week. I guess something like that on the very beginning, and they've been in so many beautiful countries, and oh, you always wanted to go on vacation. But anyway, did you knew from begin on what verticals are?
I think submitting to my best friend's dad was one of the very first verticals shot in New York, or even the first. I forgot what the story behind it was. So
Yeah,
no,
it
I
wasn't
didn't really
it.
know much.
Yeah, it wasn't one of the first ones because they started shooting verticals in 2023.
Yeah, but in LA, not in New York. That's what I'm saying. They
Yeah,
started
yeah, that
they
could
started
be possible. Yeah.
yeah, they started shooting them in Los Angeles, and then the market expanded, and then they started producing them in New York. And in 2024 they came basically to New York. And then I don't know if it was the first. It was the first, one of the first, maybe the first, was submitting to my best friend's dad, which we shot in New York and even in Miami. We went to Miami for 2 days because this plot, the story, my character lived in Miami.
Oh yeah, true. In this amazing house. And I mean,
Yeah.
Sarah is as usual. Oh, I adore her. And the great thing is usually she's playing, we're talking about Sarah Molinsky. She's usually playing always a villainess, but she also had, I guess, one or two leading roles where she is the good one, and she is good in both kind of roles. But I love her as a villainess.
Hmm,
I really do. The funny thing is, Mariah Moss, for example, as I know, she lives in New York as well.
does. Yeah.
Did you met her after the shooting again somehow, somewhere, somehow again?
Well, we spoke, we said happy birthday and stuff, but we didn't hang out. We stayed in touch when In Love with Dr. Baby dropped. She reached out and said, Mark, you did a great job. It's phenomenal what you've done. It was such a pleasure working with you. I mean, we spoke before. We had a chemistry read. That was fun. We had for In Love with Dr. Baby Daddy in advance a chemistry read. So we met all via Zoom or something and we had a read through. That was great to meet all the other actors. And that was something I loved doing, or I would always recommend. I don't know if another director listens. Actors oftentimes are happy for a rehearsal, even in advance, and even if it would be unpaid.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, the how did you call it? What kind of read was?
A
Well,
table read. So basically, yeah, table
yeah,
read.
I think it's so important to have something like that to see how the chemistry, especially about between the leading actors, is. Because as a viewer, you see 100% if there is no chemistry.
Yeah. Have you
And
seen that often? Have you seen that often?
I don't, yes.
In
And
in
I,
in in the TV movie industry, like big Hollywood films, before sunset, before what's the name? Before Sunset, Before Sunrise, the big trilogy with Ethan Hawke, they had
Mhm.
chemistry reads back then. That was really like the big lead actors had chemistry reads, so it was very important.
Yeah, and I mean, you know it maybe yourself sometimes well, not just sometimes you're shooting the scenes not from scene one, two, three, and so on. You shooting maybe scene 10, then scene 1, scene 30, and
Yeah,
then on the end the editor is putting everything on the right spot. So sometimes these actors meeting on set say hello in the makeup department, going on set, and the first scene they are shooting is an intimacy scene.
that would be poor, very poor.
It's happening.
Yeah, but that would be very poor. Someone is planning and shooting scheduling. Shooting.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
put together a horrible shooting schedule. That's basically
Yeah,
what I want to say.
at least wait until day two or something, so the actors could meet each other, could talk to each other, and know each other, because it's kind of weird, even if it's acting. Hi, this is now kiss her,
Yeah.
you know. But anyway, um, do you plan to shoot more of these verticals in the States since you are in the States?
Well, it is true. Yes and no. So it depends, right? I'm part of the union in America, SAG,
Okay.
and almost all, like there is now a vertical contract, and my first verticals were union verticals.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one in Ukraine, I'm outside of New York. Then, of course, I don't need to work under any union contracts. That works. So actually, Europe verticals work fine for me. But since they are filming in New York, I need to be very careful
Yeah.
what verticals and what roles to take.
Yeah,
There is an
maybe
option to become,
Canada would be,
yeah, that would be a good idea. Yeah. And there is also the
because in
option
Canada,
to,
I know in Canada there are a lot of actors who are in the union and they shooting, I guess they shooting their verticals in the union with the union. I'm not sure about it. I heard something. You know how it is. I heard from someone who he heard something. So,
there is also,
um,
it's outside of the New York. So, they also actors become FICOR so they can work more non-union jobs. So it's like there are ways, but you need to be careful and you need to be, yeah, on the lookout.
because I would love to see you more in the space, because you're, in my eyes, an outstanding actor and you can see it in Love and Oblivion. How does it happen that you got the role in Ukraine? And yeah, did you been aware of that they are shooting it in an active war zone?
Course, yes, I knew. So I was at an acting studio in an acting class at the Ivana Chubbuck studio, and that was online. So technically, everyone who is interested in studying with Ivana Chubbuck or Ivana Chubbuck's technique could participate. And one of our participants was based in Ukraine and also familiar. I mean, she is also a vertical drama actress, and her boyfriend, he is part of Amo Pictures. And then I got introduced to them. I did an audition, and yeah, I think that's how it started. And then I, of course, knew that there was this, of course, I knew it's a war zone and I need to figure out if I really want to go. And I asked a lot of questions. Is it safe?
For sure.
You know? Yeah, lucky me, it turned out well.
Yeah, I'm not asking for names because it's not our business who you are talking about. Maybe you can tell me it after the recording, but
Yeah.
no, it's for sure that you had a lot of questions. But for example, I have a second format on YouTube. It's called Vertical Voices, where I'm talking to the audience to hear their
Hmm.
background stories, how they got into the vertical space, what part in the vertical space are they in? Are they fans who love watching verticals? Or do they have fan pages to support a certain actor? Or do they have review pages? But I also talk to actors and creatives out of the industry from all over the world about their career and if they heard about Ukrainian verticals and if they maybe watched already one or another and what do they think about it. And if they maybe considered to work with an Ukrainian production team in Ukraine, but also in these countries where the Amo Picture, for example, is shooting right now. And if they are interested, I try to connect Amo Pictures with these creatives. And what happening on the end, if Amo Pictures is interested in these actors, it's up to them, but I can try to connect them. And I know the first actor who been my guest is shooting right now in LA for TerraVision and Amo Pictures, the first vertical for them. And I mean, he's not a newbie. He have 55 plus verticals so far on his.
Wow.
He started as a day player and a supporting role and so on, and he's mostly the villain. But I'm talking about Carol Colton. I had the interview already released, and yeah, if this happening, it's great. If we can help you out there to connect with each other, why not? And maybe here are some viewers who taking a look at our conversation, and maybe you can explain or talk about your experience going to Kiev. How was it for you? How you got there, and maybe what happening over there, and so on.
So I was going directly from Cologne, basically. I finished the play, and then a day or two later, I flew out from Frankfurt to Poland first, and then
Mhm.
there I need to take a night train. Everything was planned and scheduled and booked by production, by Amo Pictures, so that made it very easy and very convenient. And they were looking for the best travel. And while I was transferring in Poland, they were very welcoming and they were always 24/7 reachable, basically during the shoot and even there when I had a question and where's the station and whatever, they knew and they were guiding me through the entire process. Then in it was a night train, so that's something you need to know. But it was easy. Like I had a good conversation on the train even, so that was fun. I'm connected with that woman on the train. We connected on Instagram, so we had a great conversation. So long story short, not everyone likes traveling by train, but that is the only bullet you need to bite. But everything was fine. There was, of
How
course,
long does the train trip took you?
well, it was overnight. In the end, it wasn't that bad. At some point, you need to sleep anyway. Of course, it's not.
Yeah.
It was comfortable enough, but if you could fly, it would be easier. But of course, it's not possible.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the airspace is blocked, so
yeah,
that's why you have to take the train. And
yeah.
I assume Amo gave you a personal slash actor's assistant who been all the time on your side.
Yes, correct. So I arrived in Ukraine, and then I was picked up by my assistant, who actually helped me to get a SIM card for Ukraine, and was guiding me. Basically, was on my side the entire time, showed me the right places for lunch and dinner, brought me to the hotel, picked me up in the mornings or dropped me off in the evenings after filming. The hotel was wonderful. At the Premier Palace Hotel in Kiev. Beautiful. Really, really
Oh, I
beautiful
have to
hotel.
take a look later. I
And
assume this hotel have a shelter inside the hotel or
yes,
close by, right?
in the hotel.
In the hotel.
Yeah, they showed me, they told me. So basically, they made announcements even during the night when there were attacks happening. If there was an attack happening, my assistant was basically texting me, hey, we have this. I mean, she explained before how they know about attacks and how to know how severe they are, if they are actually going through and attacking the center or not, or how close it is. I mean, the center, that was a question I had because during the day, no one is attacking Kiev. It's always during the night to interrupt the people's sleep.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah,
Um,
mostly. Hmm.
and when I was there, it was very interesting because we went to all these beautiful building complexes, to these statues or like typical Ukrainian monuments. And we
Hmm.
went there and I'm like, why are they still standing? There is war. Why did no one attack these monuments? And it was apparently a good question because she couldn't answer. So she needed to go and
Who
check with
was your
her own.
assistant? Was it Paulina?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just recently released an interview with her.
All right. All right. So she needed to double check. And it was like, why is it like this? Because if I would be terrorizing a country, I would probably attack the monuments. But of
Mm.
course, different strategy. And of course, they want to basically pretend Long story short, without getting too much into politics, she gave me an answer. So they were always Polina and everyone else of the entire team. The producer stopped by while I was on set and everything. It was very, very, very great. I never felt better taken care of anywhere else. It was wonderful. Really, really wonderful.
And that's what I'm always telling my guests if we are talking about something like that. And I said, no matter to who I spoke until now, from the actors from abroad who shot in Kiev, all of them told me it was a really great time and I would go back. And for example, Pierre Loger from France, he been, I guess, by now 5 times there, and I guess he shot now his eighth project or something. So he's not the only one.
I
But there
guess
are,
they even said I could talk to Pierre or
yeah,
someone else, someone from abroad, and they connected us. And he said the same thing to me on the phone before I went. Yeah, and I really can confirm that that was a wonderful experience. I mean, I said it in an interview before, and I felt safe. I mean, only one night, only one night there was a more severe attack, and they said maybe you should go to the shelter. Mm, yeah, but at this point, I wasn't really scared anymore. So it was also very interesting.
yeah. And even if I never been in Kiev or in Ukraine, believe me, I said it a few times already. I didn't just fell in love with Ukrainian verticals. I fell in love with the country, even if I never
Mhm.
been there. But if I see the pictures and videos of this country, how beautiful this country is. But most of all, I fell in love with Ukrainian people.
Yeah.
I guess
It,
you can agree that these are amazing people and what they are doing even under these circumstances is amazing. And if I would have the possibility, I would move there.
Wonderful. I mean, it is, I would recommend, or not, I'd recommend, it is definitely worth traveling and exploring the country. Of course, probably not during a war zone, no, wartime. That is a choice. But if hopefully the war's ending, then go see Ukraine. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I would travel even right now. I know everyone would say you are crazy, but I have so many great contacts over there. And even if the war is going on at the moment, I would go for sure. Because
Go, then go. If you want to see it, life is too short. You
I
never
would
know.
love to. I just didn't found my billionaire CEO right now.
Ah,
No, but I guess this information which you just gave to me, it's important to maybe to the other actors and creatives who consider to work for an Ukrainian production team, even in Ukraine, and not just outside. And to hear something like that out of first hand is important. How was it for you to shoot this thriller?
great. I had that was a year later, and I noticed in Ukraine, and my day rate for television in Germany is higher than the day vertical drama day rate. So, okay, okay, of course, depends on what network and whatever, but of course, it's higher. Then for me, it needed to be worth the trip and my time. I was looking at the script, of course. I was reading the script, and I really loved the script. I really loved the story. I really loved that they shot it horizontal and they cropped the camera, or better said, they had on the screen for the monitor when they film it, like when we film, we see everything horizontal, and they had taped the vertical framing on their monitor, and so that they see in right life how what the frame really looks like. But in the end, everything was filmed horizontally. In the end,
Okay.
you can use that material for your own purpose, for a show reel, for a demo reel, because this is what actors do. If you cannot showcase and show your work, it it doesn't really help you.
And that's a huge problem in the vertical space that most actors from around the world don't even get their footage.
I got my
They
footage.
they they don't even get the access to the apps where the show is. And I heard already that some apps are so, I don't know, they ask the actors, okay, let me know in which episode are you acting in so we can send you the episode. And I said, what the hell? Send the actor the whole show. You know, what is a problem? I mean, they earn a lot of money with that, so where's the problem to give out this whole show?
And
Crazy.
that is, well, they pay you, and no one thinks you, that's a done deal, sort
Yeah.
of.
For example, if Yeva would say, "Hey, Mark, I wrote another story. Would you like to come back to shoot another one here?" Would you?
100%.
It's always
100%.
depending on the story,
And I
right?
loved exactly, that's why what I have to say as well. I really loved the storyline of Love and Oblivion. I love the heart, not this romantic. You can be romantic, you can be in love, but it doesn't have to be like that's the entire topic. That's not like
No,
give it some juice. And I really loved that it is this guy who you don't know what to expect from him, and he is more the policeman and man, and I really loved stepping into these shoes. And I mean, I my uncle is a policeman and was in the dog department, police dog
mm,
department. And me, I started training with him. He took me with him to not the professional training space, but training German Shepherds. And he gave me a German Shepherd when I was 8 years old. So I was very influenced by the police department and how it works and with dog training and all that stuff. For me, it was really fun stepping in these shoes of this character. I had a great time.
if we, even if this vertical and some scenes are very spicy,
That as well.
because you've seen something what you don't see often, or in European verticals you can see more nudity, but you barely see something like that in verticals at all, because you had an intimacy scene with Tanya, and you both being naked. So you don't see
For
something
the
like that
audience, the
usually.
audience thinks we were entirely naked, but we had, I had kind of a nude. No, it wasn't because you see my butt cheek. I had something like a nude colored nude, a half egg thing. I don't know what it's called. Almost like a
Yeah,
Susie, like ballet dancers, they wear Susie. It's almost like a string, but without the string. And then you can
yeah.
tape it to the front so it sticks to your skin. She had the same.
And
So
I believe Tanya had some patches on as well, right?
she had patches. She had patches.
But I think that's, I don't always need intimacy scenes. In this case, intimacy scenes in the way of sex scenes in a vertical. I don't need that. I think the chemistry between two people, the spark which they have in between, is so much more important than the sex scene itself. But I think always in Ukraine, they shooting these intimacy scenes in a very decent and beautiful way. It's never have the feeling of of a vulgar or a dirty way. And because we didn't see Tanya yet totally naked, how was it for her to decide I'm doing it? Do you know that?
She has done these kind of scenes before in other verticals. Of course, we spoke about it. They asked what we are comfortable with doing on the like definitely when I was there prior to shooting, prior to the day, prior to the scene. And of course, I spoke to Tanya as well, and we were talking about what do you feel comfortable and tell me. Oftentimes, there are so many men, like all these, that's not me, and also not happening in the vertical drama world so far. But there are so many Me Too scandals from back in the day where all these big Hollywood productions, or even doesn't have to be a Hollywood production, but everyone was like abusing their power. And it is a fact that men are bigger, stronger than women. Of course, there are thousands of people around you,
Yeah.
but I know even from from Germany, from the German market, TV, film market, that there are specific actors who just don't care. They just do what they want to do, and they kiss you for real, or they touch you then inappropriately without planning of the scene. It is in the end a choreography, but there are so many people who abuse their standing, their power, and people are not doing anything. And I'm like, you can play whatever you want to play. In the end, you're behaving with another human being, and you should have the decency, the respect that everyone, at least you should have the decency and the respect towards everyone, and no one is better than the other person. I think this is a crucial point, that only because I'm famous or whatever, I'm an actor or more known than you, everyone, no one is worth more or less than another human being, no matter what you do. And I think that it starts there and it should actually end there. And then so I checked in with her. If you feel not comfortable with something, let me know. We can, I'm happy to
Yeah.
adjust.
And we have to admit, in Ukraine, they don't have intimacy coordinators.
They don't.
Yes. And I must say also, because they don't have intimacy coordinators, I think they do in such a great job with all these intimacy scenes and all these verticals that they are still shooting it in a, like I said, in a decent, beautiful way. And everyone is respecting each other. And that's how it's supposed to be.
I'm in this industry now for 20 years. I got my first job, professional job 20 years ago. Back then, there was not an intimacy coordinator. Uh, I had 2013, that was my first series regular on a German show. There was no intimacy coordinator. And if people treat each other with respect, people know, okay, we should have a small set or a closed set. There's an intimacy scene, and then the director is planning and talking to you in advance. And also, that's why some directors are more familiar with action stuff. They shoot the thrillers, the crime stuff, and other ones are trying or shooting more the romantic scenes because they know how to handle it and how to describe it and how to
Mhm.
talk to their actors. And that's how it was back in the day. It is a small set, and in the end, it's the director's vision or the writer's vision, which is communicated to the director, and the director takes on the project and also does it together with their actors. In the best world, if you respect each other and if you know how to communicate, that's what's important.
I hear it out of the industry from around the world that sometimes they have intimacy scenes on set and still 40 people are in the same room. It's unnecessary. Just
Yeah.
keep the most important crew members in the room who's shooting, the cameraman, maybe the sound guy, maybe the director, but everyone else, they can take a look from outside of the room over the monitor, but they don't have to be in the same room.
That's true. That's true.
And sure, it's good to have an intimacy coordinator, especially for younger actors who are maybe insecure to say, no, I don't want that. Or, hey, I'm not willing to do that. And maybe they are too insecure because they are afraid to lose the job. For in this case, it's always good to have an intimacy coordinator. But like as you said, if the whole crew and the shooting partners respect each other and talk to each other, it can work out fine. And
Yeah.
we could see the result of your show.
Yeah.
We could see that. Did you got already offers again from Ukraine to go there?
I was asked, but and I auditioned twice, I guess. But then it was always someone, a co-production, and then the producers, the external producers went a different direction. So it was always like sad, but I understand. It's a big market. You never know what they want and what they are looking for. And I think maybe someone was better than me, but you never know.
That's always depending maybe on the story, what the producers think about this position. But you would go back, right?
I would go back. I would go back.
If you go
Yeah.
next time, take me with you.
Yes.
No, but I hope that there will be some good scripts. And I can tell you, Amo Picture is planning for this year a lot of shows they are producing, not just verticals, even those I call them mini movies, but the shorts for YouTube,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
have
yeah. Hmm.
it's just a shorts. That's why, because it's have the length of 10 to 20 minutes for a whole
Hmm.
story. But they planning a lot. They don't getting bored. Let's
With
say it
those
this way.
short content videos and YouTube's shorts, they don't bring people over. I think they have their own actors for those.
Mostly if the actors from abroad are in Kiev to shoot, for example, a vertical, they're
Hmm.
asking them, hey, would you mind to stay for a little bit longer and shoot a project for YouTube? And so they did it.
That makes sense then. Yeah.
I guess so. I can't tell you this 100%. I'm not there and I'm not in these conversations. I can't tell you. But, or maybe they would invite maybe an actor for those shorts who's shooting or where they plan already this person have to shoot maybe 4 or 5 of these shows. Then I'm not sure about it. You have to ask Amo. Amo, let us know what you think about that. And you guys know how Love and Oblivion is a hit. Everyone loves it. So get Mark back there. Hello.
I
Now
would
we
love to
would
come back.
love to
They
see
know.
you.
I think they know. They know.
Yeah, I think so too. Because it must be great to be there and shoot with them. And like we already said, if Yeva is writing the stories herself, but also they have in general great script writers over there. Because they are not buying these stories in China or somewhere else.
Yeah.
Let's say it this way, there are 3 verticals made in Ukraine who were written by a Mexican script writer, but usually the scripts are unique, you know?
They are. They are.
Definitely. Do you have anything exciting what you can tell us where we maybe can see you or
Next. Yeah. So I just recently shot where I'm speaking Russian. Isn't that a small world? I'm being playing a bad guy or Russian bad guy for the new show, Amazon show, Embassy. It's together with Anna Kendrick and J.K. Simmons. And Sam, oh, I forgot his last name. I'm bad with names. So anyway, I just shot this last month. This month, last month. And that will come out, I assume, this year. And then I will be in a small role of the new Hunger Games movie, Sunrise on the Reaping.
Ooh.
Did you know that even? Did I tell you that? You
No,
know?
you didn't. We didn't
Yeah.
spoke about it. I just know you been last week here, maybe 30 minutes away from me. But how it
That's
is, you been too busy because actually we had the idea to do this conversation in person.
right.
But how it is, couldn't do it. That's why we're doing it online right now.
Yeah.
No, you didn't told me. You have to keep me updated with all these things.
Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping. Small role, shot it last year in November. And right after I shot for the Landarztpraxis, which just aired 4 episodes as a recurring role. And then I shot a pilot for a network in December last year. And now the stuff is coming out,
My
2026.
dear, if you have any updates, give me these updates so I can provide it with the followers of the Ukrainian actors and actresses fandom, even if it's not in vertical, but maybe you have other streaming platforms and you can watch it there. So if you want to see Mark.
I always try to share everything on my social media, and I'm even bad with social media. I'm not, so many people love to talk about themselves, their lives, and I normally do not like that. I love to step in a role. I love to tell a story. I love to have evoke emotions or have emotions evoked by the audience for the audience so that the audience feels something basically, and I want to take them on a
Yeah.
journey. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
That's why I became an actor, and not just talk about me. That's fine, that's a byproduct. But I want to tell a story, and I love also like a chameleon, changing my appearance or my behavior to become the role. I love doing so. I love doing so.
Because I guess you acted in one of the soap operas which we have since many years in Germany. What was
Alles
it's not
was zählt. Rote
yes.
Rosen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, alles was
Alles was
zählt.
zählt. Which was a weekly at first, and it was so successful and became a daily. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my first series regular credit. Yes, 2013 till 14.
Oh yeah, a long time it's ago. But I must admit, I didn't watch TV in over 3 years. I don't know what's going on, if the show is still up or not.
It's still
I
running.
don't.
Still running.
And Rote Rosen, not no more, right?
No, it still is too. Both of them.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Holy crap. We have so many shows which are there since the 80s or 90s, and it's crazy here in Germany.
Well, they're not that. Like, Alles was zählt started 2006, I guess, and Rote Rosen
Yeah, yeah,
started later.
yeah. It's a little bit younger than the others, but sorry for always calling the German names of the shows and don't translate it like GZSZ. It's
Yeah.
since 92, for example.
Good times, bad times. All that
Hmm.
matters. Alles was zählt is called All That Matters.
Yep. And it's a soap opera basically about ice skating, figure
Figure
ice
skating.
skating. Yeah,
Well, that's how it started. And then when I was there, it was about
dancing.
dance
So
academy.
Motsi Mabuse been dancing there with you, right?
No, that was just for an interview because we know each other.
Ah,
There was a in the magazine
in
article
touch.
about our life. No, I am
In.
in. There was a magazine article about our past, and then that was the third article with me in the magazine and this time it was a portrait about Motzi and me of our past.
Okay, to explain, Motsi Mabuse is here in Germany and I guess in UK a judge at the show Dancing with the Stars.
Correct.
And back then she be a pro dancer at the German version of Dancing with the Stars. By
Yeah.
the way, did you know that we have two Ukrainian actors who participated Dancing with the Stars Ukraine with the
Eh,
same dancing partner? And one of them, it's Artur Logai. He won the show in 2021.
But
And Pablo,
he was the celebrity or he was the dancer.
he was a celebrity.
Wow.
And last year, Pablo Tekuchev participated as a star as well in the show and won the show too.
I
And
would
in the
love to. I would do Dancing with the Stars in Germany. I would do
Okay,
it.
RTL, the TV show. I'm sure you are watching this interview. No, get
Are
Mark
they
over
watching
here.
this? If they are watching it, I can say that much. I was in talks once, 2 years ago. And here I am again. We'll see.
And
It's I sometimes I wonder, what do you need?
yeah,
What do they want
okay, because that would be cool. Because then I would come to the show and watch you there. Because like I
in
said,
person?
Cologne, where they shooting the show, is half an hour, around half an hour away from me.
Right?
So yeah. That would be cool. And I mean, in the States, there is a now a vertical actor as well. He did only one show so far. He's a pro dancer in Dancing with the Stars USA.
Mm.
Maxime, he's pretty new. I don't have the name directly in my mind. Maxime Shmerkovsky.
I don't know him.
It's just what I heard because after the first vertical, Wild Silence came out on my drama with him, So many of the fans DM'd me and said, "Oh my God, you need to talk to Maxime. He is so awesome." And I said, "Who is it?" That have been mostly American fans who sent me a DM because we don't see Dancing with the Stars America here in Germany. And I tried to get in touch with him, but no chance at the moment. But anyway, Marc, do you have anything to say to the audience?
Ooh. Well, first of all, everyone who saw Love and Oblivion and liked and loved it and enjoyed watching it, thanks for participating or like not participating. Thanks for watching. I feel honored that you enjoyed what we created for you guys out there. That's the whole point. If you want to follow me, I'm inviting you to my channel. I'm good in sharing stories when there's something happening. Not so
Yeah.
good with posts, but you know, I always plan on changing it, but sooner or later I probably will, but it wasn't the right moment yet. Maybe I need to hire someone to do so. I don't know, to support me. Yeah.
I'm
So
free.
you're free. So yeah,
Yeah, I don't have a job at the moment.
try. Tell me what you think. I read all the messages. They are coming in. I'm not so good. I cannot talk to everyone, but I always read messages coming in. I give them a like, but yeah, reach out to me, say hi. I'm there on the social on Instagram. That's at least that's how you get a hold of me. And what else?
I will
If
provide
you want to
all.
see me somewhere else, tell the networks, tell the
Yes.
vertical platforms, tell
Yes.
them. That's always a good way.
How do I say it always? Know these vertical apps or platforms where you want to see Marc, and if there are enough people are there who are asking for him, maybe he get hired. But regarding your social media accounts, you will provide it to me, and I will post it in the description of this YouTube video.
Sounds good.
Fans can find you. Marc, thank you so much for joining me.
It was a
And
pleasure. Now
yeah.
I can say it.
Maybe we will make it one day again if you are back here in Germany that we can meet up again. But so far, I wish you a nice. What time is it there?
Evening, 7:30.
Okay, yeah, it's 1:30 a.m. here. I wish you a good evening
Thank you. Thank you.
and a lot of good, exciting, and interesting scripts for the next year. No matter if it's in a vertical space or in some other things. And if Marc is maybe acting in the theater, maybe close by to you, go to the show. You will really enjoy it because I did it while I was sitting in the audience and watched him in the show, and it was really great.
And it was also so funny because you found out that that I have a I
Yes.
had a scene speaking Ukraine, sorry. Ukrainian speaking clip. That's what I
Yeah.
wanted to say. And you found me because you were researching Ukrainian actors and you found me on a platform apparently. And that's how we got in touch. And then it turned out that I'm in Cologne and you wanted to come. And then I shared with you that I already booked a Ukrainian vertical.
And
So
to be honest, I mean, this week is for me. If I share this interview or I release it, it's already over then. But for me, this week is gonna be hard because on next Sunday, my dad have his second anniversary of his death, and on Tuesday, my mom have her first anniversary of her passing, and we met last year. On Monday, my mom passed, and on a Saturday, I've been in your show because I said I need to go there because I had the ticket for, I guess, 2 or 3 months already. And my mom didn't want it that I cancel it. So I went there and yeah, thank you for that. See, I get emotional.
it was wonderful that you came. It was wonderful meeting you there.
Yeah, with Andrea. She's in a vertical space around too. So I'm sorry, but this week is emotional for me. I didn't want it to. No, but that was amazing. And like I said, if you can see him somewhere, take a look at his shows.
Thank you. and lots of love, and everyone is watching from above, and you've been taken care of.
Yep. Yep, definitely. Oh, sorry. In German we would say I'm Heulsuse. I don't know the English word for that. A crybaby?
Bist nah am Wasser gebaut, kann man ja auch noch sagen. You are, oh God,
You can't
English.
really translate it. Built close
No,
to the water?
it's like
No.
one of these German
It's a
sayings.
directly translation.
Yeah. You're a cry Susie.
Yeah.
Susie. A cry Susie. Or
Yeah, like I
you're,
said, a crybaby.
yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
once
No,
more, it was a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
definitely. Yeah,
And we'll
definitely.
see each other soon, I hope.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully. Because you are a member now of our fandom, so we won't let you slide away.
good.
Thank you, Mark. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye
Have a good night.
bye.
Bye bye.